Yes, people. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel, AFC Talk Show TV. Big up yourselves. I've got some special guests here today. Let's first introduce the man who is going to be no longer with us at the end of today's stream. Big up to him, AFC Flair. How you doing, my bro?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks, mate. Obviously, thanks for having me on for the last time.
Big up himself.
Obviously, I'll speak at the end of the stream. I'm not going to speak yet. But...
Yeah, of course. And also a man who was in here last time I was on and is here again. Manny, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, all good. Good to be here. Good to be in your company. I know it's going to be a little bit melancholy, and I'm really going to miss Flair, obviously being a part of all of this, and I really do hope that Arsenal will win the league. And if we do win the league, I'd like to see him come back and make an appearance so that he can celebrate with us.
Definitely, indeed. I'd love that as well. That'd be amazing. Right, let's get straight into it. There is another guest who is coming on, but he is a little bit late at the moment, so we'll get straight into it. Obviously, me and Manny did speak on the last show about the Liverpool game, but we didn't get proper down into it. And also, we've got Flair here as well. So, Flair, what are your thoughts? Obviously, the mighty Arsenal going to Anfield. What are your thoughts for this, bro?
Yeah, I saw a Gary Neville interview, and he actually said that I actually hate Neville. I don't like him at all, but I actually agreed with him on this one. He said that if Arsenal can win at Anfield against Liverpool, that will be their title. Because then they'll have the confidence for the rest of the season because they beat this Liverpool side at Anfield. So, I'm hoping that we can get a win at Anfield. It's going to be a tricky one because, Liverpool are kind of a hard team to break down at home. So you just got to keep your focus, really, and they've just got to try their hardest, really. But, Liverpool haven't been the best this season. And we've all seen that, really. But at times, they've showed that they can come up and, they've beaten, they came out, beat Man United 7-0, didn't they? So it's still a team that, and they was in good form as well. So that it's still a team that we need to be careful of. Of course, we mustn't get too ahead of ourselves at the minute, just in case anything drastic does happen in the game. But, we beat them at the start of the season. I'm confident that we can get another win, but it'll probably be marginal. I'd say like a 2-0 win to Arsenal.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that. We're just going to run through the comments. Of course, if you are new, please smash the like button and subscribe. Also, we've got one of the main legends himself, Ryan from Huddlefield Fan TV, says, hey, big up. And also he says, how are we all doing? How are we all doing, lads?
Good, lads. Good.
Well, we're good. I also know that Ryan's just buzzing after a terrific win over at Vicarage Road. 3-2.
Yes.
The Tigers are out of the relegation zone. So it's onwards and upwards with Neil Warnock's Barmy Army and not Neil Warnock's Blue Army. I must mention that the Barmy Army is strictly reserved for the England cricket team fans. So anyone who tries to usurp that will have a lot to answer for when they come up against those the fans of the England team.
Indeed.
Money coming up as well. And I said, Ryan will be happy.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, MK, we did have a discussion about this on the last stream we did. And obviously, when it came to the team news, we were talking about how this should be the time that Tierney comes in. Now, there is a part of me that thinks that given that he hasn't really been involved in Arsenal's play for so long, in fact, an interesting stat is that he's only really started 4 games this season, and in most of his substitute appearances, he's hardly had any game time. So to suddenly toss him into the cauldron of a match against Liverpool at Anfield, where he will be coming up against his Scotland teammate Andrew Robertson, who was also, of course, a left back, but when they play together, Tierney's more for the left centre back, while Robertson is the one who normally bombs up and down as the wing back. But if he were to be thrown into this team, he'd pretty much be on a hiding to nothing, especially having to play against the likes of Mohamed Salah. Given his experience, I mean, I would definitely trust him, and yet I just don't see Arteta necessarily doing that. And then Obviously, given that we've got some really good options up front, I believe there has been some talk of possibly bringing Trossard in as a left winger in place of Gabriel Martinelli and starting with Saka and Jesus up front along with him. Probably because, lest we forget, Trossard did have that hat trick when he was a Seagull. And now that he's a gunner, if he were to come up there, the very sight of him would send shivers supposedly down the spines of the Liverpool defence. But having said that, this Liverpool team now is not the same Liverpool team then. And I think those victories against Manchester City and United have given them a little bit of confidence in knowing that for the most part, although their home form has been absolutely away form has been atrocious, at Anfield, they're still, the most part, a fortress. In fact, the only defeat they had was to Leeds, who scored that breathlessly late winner through Crescencio Somerville. But of course, Arsenal's record against Liverpool at Anfield has been absolutely poor. And there are going to be some questions given our defensive issues as to what sort of team we will field. Liverpool also have plenty of issues with their team and what sort of team they will field. Will they go for the 4-3-3 or will they decide to have a back five? I don't know. But let's just assume
dropped out. But hold on a minute. JPT's here with us. Hello, JPT. How are you?
Good, guys. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah,
all good, JPT.
Not too bad, mate. Anyway, carry on, Manny.
Yeah. So let's assume, for example, that Arteta decides not to start Tierney because he thinks he might be a bit of a fitness risk. Personally, I think if as a manager you don't have trust in the player's fitness, you don't name him in the matchday squad at all. I mean, what's the point of naming him in the squad, telling him he's important, and then only giving him about a 1 or 2 minute substitute appearance every single game, expecting him to do an Oliver Twist and come to you cap in hand and say, "Please, Arteta, can I have some more minutes?" For crying out loud.
Definitely.
So,
Fan TV Ryan said up the town.
Yeah, so we've got to assume that for all intents and purposes, he will pick the same back four, which means that White and Zinchenko will be the full backs and Holding and Gabriel will be in defense, and then the same midfield three. And I mean, the talk is on the rounds that Martinelli might be rested. Personally, I think it might depend on whether Klopp is stubborn enough to play Trent Alexander-Arnold at left back again. And I think it's fair to say that after the shambles that Liverpool had when they last played, I think it's quite clear that Trent is more or less ineffectual at right back. He would be more suited going into the midfield and allowing Joe Gomez to come in at a right back rather than having him play in the center of defense. And Gomez, of course, when he came on as a sub at the Emirates, he actually kept Gabriel Martinelli quiet, which is why if Liverpool decide to drop TAA and put Joe Gomez in, Arteta might be wise to that and say, you know what, I want to put Trossard in just for that fear factor so that Martinelli can come on. It's ridiculous, but it's also a wonderful sign that we've got that strength and attacking depth. And I think we can all agree that it effectively means that Eddie Nketiah will not be considered as an option for now and the run-in. And for that, I say, hallelujah.
Amen. Very good. Very good. Huddersfield Fan TV said, looking forward to watching Arsenal and Liverpool Sunday. It's going to be a fantastic game. The starts of this game is key to who wins the match, in my opinion. I totally agree with what Ryan's saying there. I think it's going to be such a tough game.
We had a quick start last game, though, against them.
Yeah, we did indeed. And I think
literally seconds into the match and we scored. So
yeah, I think we just need to stay focused and not let the Anfield crowd do their thing, because that's how, obviously, David's going to kill me, but I am going to say it. That's how Liverpool such easily just breezed over United in a way, because United weren't up for it. The fans got on their back straight away. The Anfield crowd really does your head in, and boom, before you know it, you're down. You're down and out. So we need to make sure that we do not go there and concede in the first. I'd say 15 minutes is going to be where we really see where we are. And I hate Gary Neville as well, Flair. But when you said about him saying that if we win this game, I think we'll win the league, I totally agree with him. If we do win this game, it's not
I
over.
can't stand Neville either.
It's not over.
How that guy won that many England caps at the expense of Lee Dixon will always be a mystery.
Thank you very much. Indeed. But hopefully, if we do go there, then that is it. But obviously it won't be that. It won't be it because City are going to absolutely press us for it until the game, till it's over. But I do believe if we go to Anfield and win that game, then the title is more ours to lose. You know what I mean? But we will come on to a neutral JPT. Obviously, you guys played Liverpool midweek. That was.
I won't even say played is the right word. We were just there.
Okay, you guys had a midweek, should I say? How do you guys find? How do you find that this game's going to go?
This is a unique situation. This is this is like the make or break game for you guys, not just because of what it could do for the table, but you guys had not being Liverpool at Anfield since 2012. I think when it was a 2-1 victory. I think since then, I mean, look at the drasticness that it's what's happened just this year alone, where this Liverpool, who was always competing for the title spot, now is at 8th place. Now Arsenal looking to, I won't say clinch the title yet, but they're doing everything they can, just taking it a game at a time. I think this is where the history, the record of you guys since then is going to come to a close. It's going to be, I don't think it's going to be the same thing as what we expected with Manchester United, because I'm sure a lot of people thought, man, if Madrid can treat Liverpool like this at Anfield, can only imagine what's going to happen in EPL when they face Manchester United. And I predicted that Manchester United were going to mop the floor with them. So wrong. 7-0. Todd Bowley thought they were playing football, scored a touchdown and all that. But no, it's going to be – I think that's what a lot of people are expecting. It's like, well, look what they did in Manchester United. Arsenal is on a different level right now. They're just flying high, even with disputes of who's going to be playing as the fullbacks with either Zinchenko or Tierney. If it's not broken at this point, just keep how your lineup is going. And yeah, this is going to be the make or break game, because if you were to, for whatever reason, drop points to this, go down to 5 points above City with them having a game in hand, and then yes, I think the next 2 matches that you guys are going to be playing, which is what West Ham and Southampton. It's the next.
I believe it is West Ham and Southampton. Yeah,
that is your little break. I won't say that break this is disrespect them, but it's after those 2 matches, then you're going to go on a little bit of a bumpy road with playing City, which they could close the gap to 2, and then if they were to win their game in hand, they're looking on top of the table, and then you're facing Chelsea, who I won't even say that right now we're going to pose that much of a threat, but you never know when it comes to a London derby, and then after that you play Newcastle and Brighton.
Yeah,
games
Newcastle and Brighton. Yeah.
Those are that cluster right there. What, in 4 of them, or in 18 games, in the first 3 actually, which are in 11 days. This could be the time where are we going to make sure that we're going to do what we can to stay on top, or we're gonna fold under pressure and then deal with this clusterfuck of a lineup for these next set of matches. Because for City, it's, I think, besides their last 2 matches, which is Chelsea and Newcastle as well, they have all their games look like cakewalks besides the Champions League matchups with Bayern. So but this is where I want to see if Arteta can pass what would be for me the last test, coming to the end of it where everyone's expecting Arsenal and even Spurs to capitulate. Can they go head on to the fire that is going to be this pressure and come out okay? And I think they will. I will see them winning 3-1 if similar to the scoreline when you guys last played them.
Yeah,
this will be the statement.
Yeah, JPT, I want to ask you a question. Obviously, the big news from the Chelsea side.
I was prepared for this.
Yeah. So, but now at least I get to speak. Obviously, the big news, of course, is that a certain Mr. Lampard, club legend, of course, and manager who was unceremoniously sacked in favour of Thomas Tuchel, has now been brought back rather bizarrely to, at the very least, give him a chance to get some closure and say goodbye to the fans, because it is an interim appointment. And I think the trend this season, with a few exceptions, has obviously been for some sort of a managerial bounce. And you've got your first game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and then you might have a few pretty tough games after that. Do you see Lampard making any kind of huge changes to the lineup that Potter, used? Because for me, there were some selections that Potter made which I really couldn't figure out. And for him to, name a Champions League squad without any real proper number 9, proper striker, and then, depend on the likes of João Felix to, provide some sort of a goal threat, or Mason Mount or Kai Havertz when they were all firing blanks, was really, it beggared belief. So I wonder if Lampard's going to go back to basis, and what do you think his impact will be on the team?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Okay, so yeah, it just got lagged. It froze up for a second. So just to make sure I understood the question, what impact do I think Frank Lampard is going to have on the team for this upcoming match and for the rest of the season?
Yeah, but also, what sort of change do you think he will? What sort of tactical changes do you think he could make?
Well, I think we're going to stop seeing the back three formation that's been set, and I think helping us defensively, because I don't know if I feel comfortable seeing James and Chilwell as straight left back and right back. I'd rather see them as our wing backs, where they usually do better. But one thing that I would say that is what's been noted is that the trainings apparently are looking much better, like actual proper training, as opposed to the what Potter was doing with the 11v11, BS. But I think what's interesting is that we want to have someone that the players respected and idolized growing up, being whoever is the Chelsea fans that we signed. Like the names like of Didi Fofana come up to my idolizing drug, but same with Wesley Fofana and James, and a lot of these players that who are still there, were under were there when Lampard came in, and we had like those restrictions on the transfer windows. We brought up the Mount, James. I'm trying to remember who else came that's still there from that time. But it does look like if anything's gonna be impacted, I would say the attack could have a boost, just because now they could teach them how to take proper strikes at goal. But the big speculations being is that what's gonna happen with Lampard's influence to the likes of a Mount, and this is where people are like, "Oh, Mount's gonna be back." I was like, let's see first and foremost, because I would hate for Lampard to just stick Mason Mount right in the starting 11 right away, despite his contract disputes and how everyone else is performing. I'm not gonna lie that now we're scoring more goals since Mount's gone. We're still struggling in that spot, especially when it comes to João Felix. But I will say that the creativity is there on his end. So for me, what I think is that he's gonna be backed by the players. I'm sure Bully is excited to have a player that's quote unquote, as he calls it, our Hall of Famer. And
do you think, does Bowley actually know who Frank Lampard is? Because
I think he has to know. Now, do I imagine that he knows like everything about him, like his West Ham United days and what he's been doing since then? Probably not, but I'm sure he's like, it's like if you were to Google Chelsea, the first thing that's going to come up is Jose, then the team of Lampard, Terry, Drogba, Czech, like the big names, and so I'm sure he's aware of what he is, but I'm just worried about if he were to have save us from even more embarrassment, do enough to be like, okay, he actually did pretty good. Are they gonna toy with the idea of, should we give him a contract permanently? And I would hate that. This is
I
where
would love it. I'm
know.
actually gonna be tweeting Todd Bowley. I'm gonna download Twitter just so I can tweet him and pretend to be a Chelsea ultra just to get Frank Lampard back there full time.
Yeah, but I
we
mean,
have got another
If he
person.
does, what are
Sorry,
you
Ollie.
going to
he's
say
been
though? If he does do a
long.
good job,
But here he is, the man, the myth, the miracle.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
No,
if he actually
you're
does
right.
do a good
Big
job for the
man.
remainder of the season, do you think that you'll keep him on?
If we do, he better be an assistant. And this is where, let's say, like the names that are being mentioned for this, like Enrique, fine. Ancelotti is a name that they've been throwing out there, fine, because then he could learn from one of the best. Or if they want to do Jose Part 3, fine. Let him be an assistant, because let's just say if it was between Ancelotti and Jose, these guys, who knows how long they're going to be managers for, just for the rest of their careers. They don't have much. They're already old AF. Let's be honest. But by the time they do leave Chelsea and retire, where Frank learned enough to be like, okay, now if whatever process you wanted to copy off of Arteta, now at least now he has gained the knowledge of learning, being taken under the wing of an elite manager like Arteta for Pep. Now then you could say, okay, now what did you learn? Can you actually be a proper manager that you were expected to be, and have you grown since your failure at Everton? But the one thing I do worry is that Bowley's gonna be. You know what? We don't even need an elite manager no more. Under Frank, we were set. Now we just offer him a 10-year contract for $500 million, and then we're gonna be, and then just call it a day. Which this is where I want to see how the heart attack changes. If we still can't produce anything, then I think we have more issues to worry about than the manager issues. And I don't think it's going to be fixed with who can we sign now to be our main striker, because now it's going to be a big contract with another potential talent. And I think one name that's been coming up is Ramos, from, I believe, where's he playing right now? Benfica. Yeah. Which, please no, we already have enough World Cup young talent. Just let's see what happens with Nkunku, which I know he's not like an all-and-out striker, but you still got to get rid of Lukaku because he's still technically under a contract with us. That's what I want to get rid of first.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that with Lukaku, given how well he's doing back in Italy, I think he'd be more than happy to facilitate that. And I think Bowley definitely is a living embodiment of the phrase, "a fool and his money is soon parted." He's definitely running the business like a fool, and he spent so much money. I mean, it says itself. And as for Lampard and the interim manager, I think there is a precedent, because if memory serves me right, Goose Hiddink was a full-time manager at Chelsea, but then he was removed of his duties. And then when Jose was sacked in his second coming after falling out with the team doctor and seeing the team drop like a stone, it was Hiddink, in fact, who came in and took the reins and guided them to a little bit of a higher finish. But then he walked away saying, why the hell should I continue to want to work here given how I was fired? Mm-hmm. There's a wonderful poem by an Irish poet called Felix Dennis, and one of those verses reads like this: never look back, never surrender that future you've earned. Stick to the track, to the beaten track, and never return to those bridges you've burnt. So I think Frank knows that this is really only going to be temporary. I think the memories of his sacking from Chelsea still hurt him a little bit. So why should he want to continue to come back like the moth to a flame and try and recreate a love story and try and, fix something that's meant to stay broken, try and convert it into a kaleidoscope? No, I think he knows his role. I think he will, just see the club to relative safety, as it were, and then he will say his goodbyes to the fans, and then he'll move on and he'll at least get that closure. I definitely don't see him taking on, the manager's job. I definitely don't see him staying at Chelsea as an assistant unless they offer him a really sweet
took the Leicester job.
Package. Huh?
Should have took the Leicester job.
Was he offered the Leicester job, though?
No, I don't think he would, because he'll be back in the relegation battle again. You know what I mean? At least with Chelsea, they know technically it's 40
But he
points.
still managed to keep Everton up, though, didn't he?
Barely.
Yeah, last season he did, yeah. But quickly, we're going to go back to this as Ollie has just joined us. Ollie, what are your thoughts towards Liverpool versus Arsenal, mate?
Yeah, just a few things. Sorry for joining late. I know, obviously,
No.
I have to be here for Flair's last stream. It's a shame it's your last stream, but obviously, yeah. Obviously, yeah. Liverpool, Arsenal. I'm actually pretty confident about this. I was confident about when we played them at home. We managed to win. It is difficult though at Anfield. Obviously, we're out Saliba, which is a big blow. I do believe in Holding. He's not a bad defender. Yeah, we have to play a strong team. It'd be good to have Jesus in the team. Obviously, he's back, so hopefully he scores. I'm going with a big score. I'm going with a 3-2 Arsenal, the same as it was at home. It is going to be a tough game. I have a feeling we will lose, but I'm confident. We need to be winning this game. We need to try and win the league. Obviously we're out of core competition, so yeah, I'm going with a 3-2 Arsenal. I think we'll play a strong lineup, obviously without Saliba though. That'll be a big blow, but yeah. Yeah, I think Liverpool will definitely score, but I just have a feeling that we'll win. Obviously, we're a terrible record at Anfield, but I think we're on fire at the moment. We want to win the league, so this is a must-win game, I think. And I'm even confident we'll beat City. So yeah, hopefully Arsenal get the win. That was
It's just me. But yeah, I totally agree. I'm always nervous when we got to go to Anfield. We will be just quickly doing predictions on this game first. And we're going to wrap up saying, guys, because it is a little bit of a shorter one. It weren't too much planned, but obviously we had to do something because Flair is obviously leaving us. So, lads, I'll come round one by one. How do you think Southampton versus Manchester City is going to go? What are your predictions, Manny?
Yeah, Southampton against City. I mean, I don't even know why we're doing predictions for this, really.
I don't know.
The Saints are marching down, and I would like to be in their number when they go marching down. And you saw what I did there, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And as for City, this is obviously going to be a game which they will want to win and win big so that they can, keep that goal difference of theirs as high as possible. And obviously make sure that, we focus more on winning our games as well. I really can't look beyond the City thrashing here because in as much as Saints are going to, throw the kitchen sink at City and try and huff and puff as hard as they can, I don't see them blowing City's house down, even with their makeshift back four defense, which really at times should be giving City many worries. But somehow, I suppose, City have come out on top because of their midfield and attacking talent. But this should be an easy game, a clean sheet for Edison. I really don't see Southampton scoring, not even through James Ward-Prowse. For me, 4-0 to the Citizens.
4-0 to the Citizens. Flair, obviously, these guys are in our title challenge. So this is why I'm mentioning them. I would love them to lose. I'll quickly do my prediction. I think I'm going to go one with my head, one with my heart. My heart, I want Southampton to win. I'm going to say 1-0 Southampton. But then my head says 5-0 City. So whichever one, hopefully Southampton come through. Flair, what about you? What's your score on this one?
Yeah, obviously we will know now Erling Haaland's ready to return back to Manchester City. So he's going to be back as well. But, we saw... who did Man City play last?
Oh, God. Let me quickly check that.
Well, whoever it was, Julian Alvarez, he managed to get a goal or two.
Liverpool.
Brighton,
They played Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
Man City played Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
4-1.
obviously Julian Alvarez can still do the job for Manchester City, even when there's no Erling Haaland. But and the team seems to be more motivated as well going forward and stuff like that. So I think Erling Haaland being back is going to cause a threat for Southampton. I think they are going to struggle. I'm going to go 6-0 City.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna. I thought we were gonna have a load of people going. No, we're gonna. Southampton's gonna win. This is a real
No,
shot.
they are not.
Shot
Let's just all be realistic here. Southampton are
Yeah, Southampton.
they're not even going to score.
They're marching down to the Championship. JPT, what about you, mate? Do you think Southampton are going to pull off one for the Arsenal?
So I'm gonna answer my my prediction with a little clip from one of my favorite movies. If you know this quote, I'm sure Manny knows. I'm sure Mason might know. It's an oldie but a goodie.
What's your prediction for the fight now? Yes, prediction. Pain.
Yeah, it's gonna be nothing but pain for Southampton.
Agreed.
Oh yes,
Agreed.
Clever Lane with the prediction of the millennium applies to this one. If for whatever reason, if it is, you know what, the Saints, it is Easter weekend, could have a little bit of divine intervention going on.
Yeah.
Nope.
Knows.
I think with even the power of God, I don't think they're gonna pull a result off of Man City chasing for first place. Holland back is going to be. I'm gonna guess 5-0. I mean, look, if I'm comparing the two, and this is two different sides. If Newcastle can bang 5 past West Ham, what can why not Man City have 5, 6, or 7 past bottom of the table Southampton? Holland's gonna have like you thought Jesus' return first game back was impressive. Holland's gonna take his anger out on Southampton. I feel bad. This is a terrible time.
I do feel bad for the Saints, but they will be going down. Ollie, what about you? What's the prediction, mate?
Obviously I joined a bit late, but there's been 2 games, 2 big games I predicted. Obviously this big game, Man City. As I said for you, yeah, I was I'm hoping for a Southampton loss. That could happen. It is a difficult game. You know, we saw Arsenal drew to Southampton, but with Man City, they're going to win this game. I don't really see a 6-0. I think it'll be 3-0. As much as I don't want him to score, of course, he's coming back in FPL, so he's going to be my captain. So hopefully he scores a few goals. But yeah, I would love a Southampton winning this. Sort of shock. Obviously, we'll beat more points against City if we beat Liverpool. But yeah, I'm going with 3-0. 6-0. It could be 6-0. Of course, I agree with Money as well. I don't see Southampton scoring in this game. It'll be a clean sheet for Man City. If Southampton were to score, if Southampton were to score, it might be a lucky goal or something like that. But nothing but a Man City fashion in this game, either home or away. 3-0 could be 5 or 6, but I'm going with a 3-0.
Indeed. Right. Well, finally, obviously, AFC Flair is leaving. Flair, it's been an absolute pleasure. No. We've built this together, and it's been an absolute ride. But you've got to go out and live your life, my brother. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, of course. I just want to say, I absolutely love you, man, to pieces. Like every single one of you. You know, even from Morris Talks Football, everyone from there. You know, we all me and Mason, we started this together after some events happened, but we won't go into that. But obviously I show a respect for everyone that has played a part in what I've done on social media. Obviously, you know, 6 months ago I was going through a very, very hard time, you know, mentally, and you know, you guys kept me up, so I just want to say thank you so much for that, and I really appreciate it a lot. Fucking hell, I'm tearing up. Yeah, obviously, big up you lads. Love you so much. And all the viewers as well that come and join the streams. Obviously, you, man, as well. Love you all, man. It's been great.
That'll be goddamn self, mate. Right, guys.
And if we win the league, I will come back for one more stream.
He's coming back. Let's do it.
For one more stream.
Let's win the league.
Come on, a minute. You better come back for the 1 year.
Yeah, I called it early on the video.
Flair, mate.
One stream
out of that one. You better come back for the 1 year stream.
Yeah, but obviously, you know, I've got to live my life, and I've got to go out there, and I'm still young. You know, I've still got more to live for than sitting on social media all the time. So, obviously, it means a lot to me that you guys have left me this opportunity, and I really appreciate it so much. So thank you all.
Thank you very much, Flair. Obviously, like I said, without you, I wouldn't be doing this right now. So big up with goddamn self, mate. Like I said, I'll make this go as far as we can get it, and obviously, it's a credit to have met you, and I just wish you all the best, my friend. Right, so we are going to be doing some shout outs. We will start with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Manny. He did have a little smirk on his face then. That's good.
Not so much a smirk. I mean, I can't be a myth because I exist. You know that. But
Yeah,
enough
true.
of me being pedantic. First of all, big up to AFC Talk Show. Big up to Mason and Flair for creating this thing. Obviously, very relaxed thing for me to come over here and talk all things Arsenal. It's another nice outlet, and it's really good, good fun. And we do get some good guests over here. Obviously, I am very sad the Flair is leaving, but I know that Mason will do his bit to keep this thing running well. And you know, given that I was asked to help out as a co-host, and you know, now it looks as though I will be asked to take on a bit more responsibility, I will gladly accept. I'll be more than willing to help this channel go even further. You know, without Flair. And I also want to say that if you ever do decide to come back, Flair, you know that you can just walk back on and it'll be either the same as it was when you left it, or even better. We're going to do you proud. And yeah, big up as well to my other channels. I mean, I don't have an individual channel of my own. I am hoping to kickstart the S Featley TV channel once again after Easter. A few just to get some red tape out of the way, and that will be taken care of and done with. Big up as well to Del Boy Gunner TV, Oris Talks Football, Coach's Corner, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, Up the Cherries in all departments, Bailey Francis TV, also Eugene Spurs Asia TV, Chelsea Dan TV, and several others on whose podcasts I've been. Also, big up as well to Huddersfield Town Fan TV, who's been doing some terrific watch-alongs for England's internationals and has had me and Oris come on and give our thoughts. Always a pleasure to be on his channel as well. And I want to thank him also for being in the chat and supporting all these other channels as well. Social media, catch me on Instagram, Manny Thangatherai 1981. That's my full name and my year of birth. Twitter, Thangatherai 1981. That's my surname and my year of birth. And it's another reminder, of course, that sometimes when it comes to issues like, you know, being online, being on social media, you are living in a bit of a goldfish bowl, and sometimes it can take a toll on you mentally. We all need to make sure that we, I mean, not all of us have thick skin and can take it. There are some who, you know, are quite sensitive, and that's nothing to be ashamed of, definitely no fault of their own. We need to make sure that we treat each other better and respect one another. I think Martin Luther King said it perfectly. We either learn to live together as equals or we perish together as fools. That is the way we need to make sure that we treat each other, avoid all this ridiculous banter and sniping any chance we can get. Thanks a lot once again to everyone for joining in. Do enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the football. Happy Good Friday, of course. I mean, it's not a happy day, but of course, we remember the sacrifice of our Lord and Savior and our united in the Christian faith as brothers, as brethren, rather. And also a very happy Easter to all of you celebrating. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Be happy. Don't do anything that the five of us wouldn't do. And for now, finally, I'm out.
Big up, Manny.
Big up, Manny. Big up every single
Big up,
time.
Manny.
JPT, my bro, do you want to shout out your stuff?
Yeah, man. But before I do, I mean, it's Flair. You know, we wish you the best. Yeah, this was a fun stream. I'm glad that you were part of your to do this you know, farewell stream for you. But you know, I would feel like I would do a disservice if I didn't do this for you. But you know, there's a couple of great Flairs out there, and there could be room for only one. It's between you and the almighty Ric Flair, baby. But you know what? You gotta beat the man to be the man, and you're gonna do wonders outside of this channel. But once you come back, sir, when Arsenal win the title, it's gonna be a hell of a stream. And you gotta come back for the 1 year anniversary. And I gotta introduce you to this music right here once you come on the channel, because hopefully Mason still has me on here 1 year's time, depending depending if I don't piss him off enough times. But
No, that's all right, man.
But
We chilling over here.
If not, we smoking over here to become chill. But you know what? This has been a fun stream. We went from Manny talking about the likes of an Irish poet and MLK, and me with Rocky and Ric Flair. So you know, we gotta talk about the goats. But you know, catch me on the At a Time podcast, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And of course, always check out Manny. Man does not sleep. He's on every stream possible. And of course, definitely like and subscribe to AFC Talk TV. I think I might have butchered the name for that one, but it's a lot of streams to remember. And big up to the chat. You know, Oris, Ryan, Hashim, and everyone else. It's been a good one. And yeah, I'll wrap it up like that.
Big up. And of course, Ollie, my G, shout out your socials.
Yeah, big up, guys. I just want to say apologize I was late because I wanted to be here for Flair's last stream. I've got to start with it. Big up, Flair. It's going to be sad without you. You know, I'm not considering leaving myself because you know, I'm going to stay with Mason. I trust it. But it is really sad you're leaving, and hopefully Arsenal do win the league and you come back. Yeah, big up, mate, and hopefully you know all goes well with you. Yeah, just big up. Yeah, you can catch him on here and a few other channels, Coach's Corner, Bailey's channel, Bailey Francis, or Villa TV it's called now. I haven't been on there for a while, but Huddersfield Town Fan TV as well. Big up for the support. He's been joining my streams. I joined his streams as well. I've joined one of his streams. I might join another one soon. Yeah, a few other channels. You can catch him on my channel. I just want to big up everyone here. Big up Manny. I really want to get you back on the channel. It would be nice to get you back on. And of course, JPT joined a few of my streams. Big up, man. Big up Mason and Flair as well for making some amazing channel. It's going to be, you know, sad about Flair, but yeah, yeah. But big up, guys. Obviously, you can catch me on DJ Sinclairo on YouTube. I've started doing streams. Been doing streams for a while. So next stream probably next week. Review of Game Week 30. Yeah, I mainly do reviews now. Sometimes do, you know, videos like when I see live gigs and stuff like that. Yeah, also on Instagram, ollie.sinclair546. Go follow me on that. It's my main account where I post mainly about my life and stuff. On the road 700 on that account. And then also other Instagram account if you want to check it out. @Aaron_, I'm still fan page 1, do matchday posts and other posts and stuff. I'm on the road to 500 on there. And yeah, that's basically it. Big up, guys, for having me on. Big up.
Big up, mate. Big up. And Flair, anything else you'd like to say? Shout out your stuff.
Yeah, obviously from where I go from now, Instagram, AFC Flair. I'm not going to be as active as I was really that much anymore, but you can find me on TikTok as well, LDNOFFICL. I just post on there a lot of the time nowadays, and I do live streams on there. So you can follow me on there. Just got past 11,000 followers, so big up everyone for that.
Whoa.
So you can check me out on there. And that's where I'll probably be going from now on. So obviously big up everyone. Thanks for everyone for everything that you've all done for me. And I appreciate you guys a lot. Cheers.
Appreciate you as well. We're just going to run through the
Cheers,
comments. Man. Ryan, big up your
Big up,
goddamn
Ryan.
self. All the best, Flair.
Big
Sad
up,
to
Ryan.
see you'll be leaving. I just want to say as well, let me quickly put myself in the thing. I just want to say thank you very much, Flair, for everything. And yeah, man, big up everyone. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Obviously, happy Easter to everyone who's celebrating. Yeah, we'll see you guys after the long Easter weekend. We'll probably come back on either Tuesday or Wednesday. I haven't quite worked it out yet, but obviously we'll figure something out there. Until then, don't do anything me or the 4 others would do here. And big up your goddamn self. See you guys real soon.
Get up.